Today, we are looking at something many of us grapple with: how to build confidence. It is a topic often discussed, but what does it really mean to build confidence? And how do we practically go about it? Eloise, you have spent a lot of time exploring this, particularly through the lens of Dr. Eleanor Vance's work in The Architecture of Self-Belief.
That is right, Noah. Dr. Vance argues that confidence is not a fixed trait or something you are born with. Instead, she presents it as a skill, something that is cultivated through specific actions and shifts in perspective. It is less about feeling good constantly and more about a fundamental belief in your ability to handle life's challenges.
So it is not just about a feeling then, because many people might associate confidence with outward bravado or an unwavering sense of self-assuredness, perhaps even a lack of fear. But Dr. Vance suggests a different foundation.
Exactly. Dr. Vance distinguishes true confidence from what she calls false bravado. True confidence, she explains, comes from a deep-seated trust in your competence and resilience. It is the quiet understanding that you possess the skills or can acquire them to navigate situations. False bravado, on the other hand, is often a mask, a defensive mechanism to hide insecurity. Vance states, quote, "Confidence is not the absence of fear, but the conviction that you can act effectively despite it," end quote.
That is a powerful distinction. It implies that waiting until you feel completely ready or fearless is actually counterproductive. So if confidence is built, what is the first brick we lay?
The first brick, according to Vance, is often taking action. Many people mistakenly believe they need confidence to act, but Vance flips this. She says that action itself generates confidence. When you take a step, however small, and see a result, positive or negative, you gather evidence of your capability. This process of doing and learning strengthens your belief in yourself.
That makes sense. It is like you're building a track record for yourself. But what about when those actions do not yield the desired outcome?
You raise a crucial point, and Vance addresses this directly with the concept of self-compassion. She argues that how we respond to setbacks is more important than the setback itself. If you view failure as a personal flaw, it erodes confidence. However, if you see it as a learning opportunity, as data, and treat yourself with kindness rather than harsh criticism, you build resilience, which is a cornerstone of true confidence.
So it is not just about taking action, but also about the internal dialogue and self-talk that accompanies both successes and failures. How do we begin to shift that internal voice if it has been self-critical for a long time?
Vance suggests two main avenues here. First, deliberately identifying and acknowledging your strengths and past successes. No matter how small, people often overlook their own achievements. Keeping a win journal or simply reflecting on what you do well helps to counteract the negative bias our brains can have. Second, she advocates for challenging negative self-talk. When a thought like, "I cannot do this," arises, question it. Ask, what evidence supports this thought? What alternative perspectives exist? This cognitive restructuring can be very effective.
That is practical advice, starting with small, achievable actions and then intentionally focusing on those successes, while also being kinder to ourselves when things do not go as planned. It sounds like a continuous process, not a one-time fix.
Absolutely. Dr. Vance emphasizes that confidence is an ongoing practice. It's about consistently engaging in behaviors that build competence, fostering self-compassion, and actively shaping your internal narrative. It's a journey of small, consistent steps that accumulate over time, rather than a sudden leap.
It is clear that building confidence is a deliberate, iterative process involving both action and self-reflection. Eloise, thank you for breaking down Dr. Eleanor Vance's insights from The Architecture of Self-Belief for us today.
My pleasure, Noah.
If this discussion resonated with you, consider sharing this episode with someone else who might benefit from it.